What's up, guys? We are going into the Dark Visions 25 day one stuff. So we are just going to face roll anything that can be damaged by physical attacks with this party. So we have Louise and Yigni here, just a quad bolting strike, chaining with Edge. He's going to be our breaker and lightning imperiler. Sakura here is, well, she's crown upgraded, but she's going to be throwing up the lightning imperial field, and Sylvie's here is our lightning buffer. And then A2 is going to be our, or 2B is going to be our finisher. You could probably do the same thing with Chizuru. If you don't have one of those two units, you'd probably have to, you would have to find either maybe a capper. Well, no, you need someone that chains. A couple AR chainers and a capper in place of Yigni and Louise, probably. But so this stage is lightning week, and I forget what all we're queuing up. I know Louise and Yigni are just quad chaining bolting strike. Edge is just gonna do his LB. Sakura is going to summon Ramu. Sylvie is, let's see, she is casting attack buff, bolt egg basket, and Marion's blessing, lightning 1. So yeah, we're getting a lightning imbue. Actually, we don't even, that's probably not the right actions with Sylvie. We really don't need a buff up Edge, Louise, and Yigni. And we don't need bolt egg basket. We're getting an imperial from Edge, so we will just do lightning 1. I've got your back over to 2B, and I guess just Paladin's offense. Then 2B is doing her base form LB. So we'll just send Sylvie and Sakura, wait for them to finish casting, send the front row, let the chain build, and then send 2B. And we're just going to use the same lightning team on all the stages. The cap is pretty low, so I'm assuming. The last few DVs, it's been like around 1 billion, I think. So don't need to check the damage breakdown. So and I did kind of try to gear 2B. We can look at her gear real quick. It's a pretty strong build, but tried to gear her for Omni Killer as best as I could. So here's her gear. And like I said, the damage cap is low enough that's, I'm sure, overkill. Chizuru, with whatever innate killers she has, could probably do this. I guess the only other thing worth pointing out is that Sylvie has some Esperfill stuff to summon Ramu on turn 1, and Sakura does too. So, in her own TMR. I forget if she needs her passive active, but so we'll just repeat on this guy, and hopefully it'll cap. So yeah, even off element, it's kind of whatever. And without the best breaks in the world. So yeah. Okay, so on to... So we're going to skip the magical domain of lightning, earth, and light for now, and just do the last stage. So we will once again repeat. I have to go 2B's LB buff damage against machines. Kind of doesn't really look like it does, but it should still be a cap. There we go. So on to the magical stage, which, if you haven't heard, they started introducing, well, like this last stage, it says physical domain of lightning, wind, and light. So that boss would have had 100% damage mitigation against magic attacks. Physical typed magic attacks can still hurt it, although it's probably got ridiculous spirit. But pure magic attacks wouldn't have. And kind of flip that for the magical domain of lightning, earth, and light. It has 100% physical mitigation, which means that all of these great, physical type mages that we've been, building up and collecting for a year and a half or 2 years or however long, can't work here with their own innate skills. So there are some pretty strong, some decent units that do pure magic damage, though. So we are going with an Earth team. We're going with this team. So Return Lefty is here. She has like a 400x mod boost for Stonga. So her and Fina are going to be using Stonga, which is, pure magic. And this guy's a Reaper. So we've got Max Magic Reaper. And yeah, that's really all that matters. A little bit of a Chain Cap Accelerator, Chain Cap Materia, a double hand card. So there's Lefty's build. Trying to think if there's really anything else she's bringing. Not really. I know between, it's going to be kind of overkill. Yeah, Golbez capped by himself, just casting Quake Ga. But that was, having a good break and having Onion Knight's modifier. But anyway, we'll get to that. So Dark Fina is here just as a chainer. She has Stonga +3 as well, which gets a good mod from Leftia. And she gives a... Well, actually, she's just doing her LB on turn 1 for the Whip Imperil. So she's purely self-serving here. You could swap her out with pretty much anybody. Same goes for Leftia. Like I said, EX Death. Sorry, I think I said Golbez earlier. EX Death capped by himself. So neither of them are really contributing anything to his damage. So if you just want to bring in EX Death, by all means. So Louise is here as our 90 breaker. You could bring Save Your Soul's Lightning if you can get her LB filled on turn 1. But we're getting a 50% killer from Louise. I mean, you could always bring Golbez too and bring his Reaper Killer Materia or chess piece and just cast Reaper Killer on turn 1 and then do his weaker break on turn 2. But she's only giving us 50 Reaper Killer, which actually, thinking about it, does that even give magic killers or just physical? Physical. Oh, yeah, she only buffs physical. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, a 90 break versus an 83 break would be a bit of a difference, but so anyway. But she is in the shift form. She's on an Esper with Stone Giller, and so she can chip into the chain. Just tried to build her for Reaper Killer, 200 Reaper Killer, Magic, Ione's Ring, a double hand card. So, I mean, her damage is negligible. You really don't need to try to chip in damage with her, to be honest. EX Death, just a flat magic card on him. Gave him all the good gear. Max Magic Reaper, and that's really all that matters. His own TMR. Onion Knight starting in the shift form, just give him the second best gear, so Max Reaper, and that's it. Like I said, he's here as a Quake +3 chainer with EX Death, and he's giving a pretty hefty mod to Quake +3 with his shifted LB. So there's his build, and he's got another flat magic card. And Sylvie just here for earth stuff, buffing, passive provoke, evade. We're going to turn 2. Turn 1, the boss does a bunch of single target attacks and an AoE attack. So she's going to give us Mirage for that, and then provoke all the single target stuff and evade it. So we'll get into it here. Okay, so first off with EX Death, we are going to, you could probably get by with double casting. You really don't need his TMR, but we need to cast Complete Void. I think that unlocks his quad cast. So Complete Void, and where is it? Quake for an Earth Imperil. Fina will LB. Onion Knight will shift at LB. Leftia will just give mod boosts and whatever else. Sylvie in the shift form is going to defense, Sword Imperil, and then Earth 1. And Louise can just 90 break. Okay. So this turn, Lefty is going to triple Stonega. Fina is going to quad Stonega. Louise is going to shift and quad Stonega. EX Death is going to quad Quake. And Onion Knight's going to quad Quake. And we're going to LB with Sylvie, shifted LB. So Quake does take a hot minute to start hitting, so we'll send the back row and then the front row. Not sure why the chain broke there. I don't know if that's a Quake animation thing or what, but Anyway, I mean, it was a cap. And I mean, don't quote me on it, but if it's, like I said, if it's like the last few DVs, the cap was like 1 or 2 billion. So let's see. So yeah, does Fina have store on her LB or something? I wonder. Or is it just a better weapon in peril that's doing that? But anyway, I mean, there's that magic stage. Probably twice as long as like Sinzar took, but you know, I'm sure there are ways to puzzle out a turn 1 clear, but based on the boss's description, it seemed like this was the easier way to go. Just do some setup, mirage, whatever attacks he's going to do, and then burst on the next turn. But do want to check Fina, why she out damaged. Because her base LB is only, you know, it's 20 break. Does she have just, are her innate mods for her skill just that much higher? Maybe. Because she has like half the stats of EX death. Yeah, anyway, I mean, there it is. We'll see you on Saturday, at least for the sub bosses. I don't know about the last boss. I think I may wait till mid next week when I have some characters EX3 from the Shard Dungeon before I give it a go. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Later. Thanks for watching.